I have been working on this secret project for over 2 years now, and I don't have a lot to show for it. Just so we can talk about it in this video, here it is, my secret project, Love and Peas. This is an illustration project dedicated to all things fruit and veg, garden core, and the joyfulness around food. This project was inspired by TikTok creators who have amazing gardens growing all kinds of food. In particular, I want to mention Red Leaf Ranch, Meg Grows Plants, Carmen in the Garden, and gardening with Tara. A special mention to an Aussie creator called 10th Floor Balcony Garden. Before finding these creators, I only thought there were like 3 varieties of tomatoes. So seeing them harvest like a dozen varieties in all shapes and colors, my mind was blown. So my first piece was a little tribute to this discovery, tomatoes. So why have I been keeping it a secret? It's not like it's culturally significant or vulnerable, but there are a few pieces in my life that I've created where I really remember the time and place I created them. I remember the significance of this piece because I was on a drawing date with my illustrator friend Lily, and I was telling her how uninspired I was feeling. I was really down in the dumps about my creative practice. We were doodling away on the Yarra River, and I came up with this really cute tomato friend, and I fell in love with it. When I got home that day, I started building from there. And a couple of days later, I sent her this work in progress shot. I hadn't drawn anything I really loved in a long time, so I was giddy with joy when I was sending her these whips. I started adding more texture with dry brush, and I was just loving it even more. When I finally put the layout together, I felt so proud. I haven't felt this way about a piece in a really long time, and I wanted to savor it. I wanted to keep that joy to myself and not put any pressure on it by starting to sell it. So I kept it a secret, only for a few people to see. Okay, yeah, but why? Well, I'll let you in on a secret. I am an oversharer. I'm not sure where this comes from. Me being chronically online, or having one parent who's an oversharer and another parent who's very mysterious. Or maybe it's because when I share my plans, I feel like I've accomplished it already and my brain just checks it as done. So I never really get around to doing it. Yeah, I think that's got something to do with that. I wanted to keep Love and Peas a secret because I have this really bad habit of telling lots of people about it and just never doing it. I mastered talking the talk and never learned how to crawl. I started having bigger plans for Love and Peas, a book, a cooking book, a print series, a pattern collection, character designs, all that and more. I started dreaming big about these little veggies and what they could become. And just as I was about to let my big mouth run, I kept it shut. It was because I had seen a TikTok of someone explaining this very self-sabotaging trap. How my habits are the age-old traits of procrastinators. It felt like I had been spotted. And I didn't want that to be me anymore. And you know what? I even kept it up with a new secret project. This YouTube channel. Okay, while this channel isn't a secret, I didn't tell any of my friends or family, not even my sisters, about restarting this channel and the ideas I have for it. It was so freeing. So I kept this project to myself, quietly adding to this collection and ideating for the future of Love and Peas. I created a few more pieces, drafted up a manuscript for a toddler book, and even submitted it to a publisher. I was in planning mode, and then it teetered off. I got busy with mum life, moving to a new country, experiencing life in said new country. After 2 years, this project's collection isn't really as big as I thought it was going to be. But that's okay. I'm a recovering procrastinator, so I know these changes to my work habits won't happen overnight, or even a couple short years. Somewhere in those 2 years, I started uploading digital downloads of my art to a new Etsy. And while I didn't share anything about this Etsy page, I made $100 with no advertising. And yeah, I guess it's not that much, but to me that's wild. $100 with zero advertising. When I had my online store previously, I was hustling for those $100. When I realized this, it made me want to work on this project even more. But I'm not sure if I can keep it a secret any longer. So here it is, my Etsy shop for Love and Peas. Here. While it doesn't look like much at the moment, it's an amalgamation of my art transformation and my chronic procrastination days being put behind me. I'll be adding to this in the coming months and years as I work on the style, the vision, and the future for Love and Peace. I don't plan on it being a business or a thing on its own. It's always going to be an extension of Marinda Designs. But giving this project a name makes it feel more long-term. I hope you resonate with this video and the thoughts on being an oversharer. Creating this YouTube video actually gives me an avenue to release this desire to overshare. So I thank you for being with me. I'd love it if you checked out my Etsy, and I'm totally open to any feedback on this project. So any thoughts, questions, concerns, please either leave a comment or send me a DM. Till the next video, bye!